hot, she's sexy, she's funny, and wow. Don't stop, get busy, we love it, your style. It's just another chapter in life. Bought a new house after the night. No butlers and no maids. You gotta do your own thing your way. Go Kendra, go Kendra, go Kendra, go Kendra. You on your own now.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, y'all. Peace and blessings. We in this building.
Whew, yes.
Get into it.
This is a very sensitive subject to some, so I would say listeners' discretion is advised. If you are sensitive and stuff, please go away.
All right, we're going to talk about this government shutdown.
Government shutdown.
And how it affects a lot of Americans, and a lot of debate and a lot of talk going back and forth. And the funds for this shutdown, and where is it going to really come from?
Right.
Funds for the wall.
Right, funds for the wall.
With Donald Trump. And
this
how
guy.
It affects people that live off of welfare, and also
government assistance.
Government workers. And
yes.
also insurance, government assistance insurance.
Right.
All right, let's get into it.
So before we start, can I just say something before we go? So Donald Trump wants to build this wall, right, to keep the so-called illegals or immigrants out. But let's think about who the true immigrants are. They're European people. For thousands of years, they lived in the Caucasus Mountains.
Right.
So if you think about it, if you're trying to send illegals back, your whole family above and below you need to go back, including his wife, and everybody white needs to go back to the Caucasus Mountains, and then it's solved. I mean, it's fair.
To the European areas of which their ancestry is from.
Right.
Now, yeah.
Right.
Well, speaking of that, let's go further more. I'm going to piggyback off of that. You're correct, because I don't believe any Europeans came to America legally. They basically came in, either negotiated or took land and claimed it for themselves.
Correct.
And made their own set of rules.
Right.
That don't make it right. So,
stealing.
For you to come in here, right, and then make all these set of rules, build your own government up, fair play, fair game, or whatever you want to call it. Now you made your rules, and now you're going to tell other people that that are from Mexico, because it's a national security risk, you have to build a wall. He already said it was specifically to stop Mexicans.
That's disrespectful, because
we know there's no terrorists coming all the way from Iraq, and they do come into the United States, but a fucking wall ain't gonna stop an Iraqi terrorist,
right?
Or a Korean terrorist, or any type of other person. They can fly right in. So I don't know what the fuck the wall is and how effective you think that's supposed to be. Now, there are cities in the United States that were originally Mexico as well.
Correct.
Mexicans from California, Texas, Arizona. This is really Mexican. That's all Mexican territory.
Correct.
So.
Correct.
I mean, also by law, really, they're really citizens of those particular places. Now I believe Texas and Louisiana, and I think Virginia wants to be totally dependent. They want us to be like their own
country.
Brand. Yeah, country. Also, but I don't know how that's going to work out. But so this is like a real crazy thing to finally get a president in here. He made a statement earlier about something like this should have happened 10, 20, 30 years ago. Or, when he fed those football players McDonald's and whatnot.
That bitch. Oops. That man, we know damn well Donald J. Trump Sr. does not eat no damn McDonald's.
Well, I don't even know why he would feed the McDonald's. I thought that was very arrogant, very mean, very disrespectful, and very disturbing for him to blame the shutdown on why he gave those young men McDonald's to eat for their presidential lunch or dinner, wherever that was supposed to be. Now, We know a lot of people who are invited to the White House for those dinners and lunches. They eat fancy food, gourmet food, and things of that nature. So Donald Trump didn't want to pull out of his pocket inviting those kids to the White House to treat them to a nice meal. Those kids probably were looking forward to having those fancy dishes.
Right.
Only thing they ate off is they offered his china with McDonald's boxes. He said, I got pizza, lots of fries, McDonald's, your favorite foods. Like, how do you know
they like
that was
that.
their favorite foods? Then he had a bunch of little McDonald's salads stacked up.
That doesn't even have any nutrition in it. It's all a bunch of fucking sugar and fake meat. Like, let's be real.
I said, man, this dude is crazy. He's like, I see it as he's looking down at the meal. He's like, I see the Republicans, we really sticking together on this. We need funds for the wall, but it's because of the government shutdown. And then he just kind of walked out of the room and then, you know, try to deflect questions from the media. He was like, oh, yeah, you get you some too. You know, help yourself. You know, there's plenty of it. I want to see what's going to be left. It shouldn't be nothing left. You go ahead and get you some food. And, we ain't going to miss it. With the cocky smile on his face as he walks out the door. I said, this dude is an arrogant...
Make me mad.
Now.
Okay, so to that. Say if he really didn't have the money to give them the gourmet fancy meal, they're coming into your house and eating. That's like me inviting your mother and your dad and our family to our mansion to go, here's dinner, I'm going to bed. Who does that?
Right.
That's rude.
You want to shake hands. You know, I didn't see him shake anybody's hand. And, you know, usually the president's nice enough to sit around and talk and stuff like that. You know, I'm like, wow, like he just totally disregarded him. You know? I was like, whoa, that was a bold move. And we talking Donald Trump here, man. He could afford to come out of his budget to get them better food than McDonald's, man.
Even if he got like lean turkey or something and made a meal, or was like, chef, cook some German food.
Chef and cook him some Cornish hens, some mashed potatoes, or something formal. I mean, damn, you gonna give him McDonald's, man?
I don't even like to eat that food or feed it to my family, including me and you.
I don't think you would catch Donald Trump in no McDonald's, like you said. I don't think you ever see that guy in no damn McDonald's.
But let's get into Donald Trump's family. The Trump Towers and that whole business. His father and grandfather were some illegal immigrant crooks who stole crap. In their business, they basically did fraud when it came to that. And Trump, how they spell it, is not how they spell it. Did he come from Germany? I don't think he was born here.
I don't know if he was. I think he was born here, but his parents wasn't for sure.
And then if you're talking about immigrants, your ugly wife should go back too.
Yeah, his wife ain't no fucking...
She's a whore.
Yeah. His wife, I mean, your own wife, man, you ain't even a citizen. So if he's gonna do all this shit, man, what is he gonna do to black people? We're not citizens either. The ones that ancestry is from Africa, they're stolen people. Now you do have a branch of families that were born in America that are for real soil American citizens. I'm talking about pre-slavery. So
correct.
Blacks has always been in America. Not all blacks, but a lot of blacks have.
And we weren't all slaves either.
No, legal, free. This is just a travesty of justice across the board as far as that go. If you're gonna really acknowledge something, acknowledge it the right way. And then on top of that, now let's get down to the nitty gritty about the shutdown. Right now, I think it's only like a certain percent shut down. There will be a delay on tax refunds, but there will not be a delay for those who have to pay taxes. You have to pay.
But paying taxes is illegal, though.
You gotta pay right now. But you ain't gonna get no motherfucking refund although you've been paying all year long your taxes and been taking, they still marking your checks and taxes. You ain't getting no refund until the shutdown is over, or it may be delayed because of the percentage. But now Trump is talking like it's gonna be total shutdown, and now you probably won't get one this year. It could go all the way to the end. I mean,
so basically,
I'm not worried I'm going to get my check at the end of February, maybe March. No, you might not. You still might not.
So you're telling me it's a possibility we won't get last year's until 2020 possibly, or nothing at all?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And also, this also affects, let's get to the government workers. If you work for the government, if this shit keeps going on and on, you're going to be working for free.
Border Patrol, state police, police troopers, and all that.
All government workers, period. You got a government job, you could be forced to work for free.
This sounds like modern day effing slavery to me.
Working for free, free labor.
Slavery, that's how America was built.
So, you know, but then you're going to be still expected to pay rent. So if Donald Trump is going to do this to these workers, he at least come up with some type of budget for government workers to pay rent. Give them some type of rent voucher. So
basically, it's like write your bills or prove you have these bills and I'll pay them.
Right. And you should vouch them out.
Right.
But I don't think he's going to do that. You know, since they can't get a paycheck, I mean, it's only fair, man. I mean, come on now. There's a lot of people expecting their pensions and they can't retire yet. They can't quit yet. So a lot of those guys are going to have to work for free because they're not going to quit and just give up their pensions. Who's been working for 20, 22, 23, or maybe even 25 years.
My aunt is one of them. She works for the post office.
That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? So, like, now you're putting them in a position where they have to almost probably work for free. That's going to be bad. Then, you know,
California, Minnesota, that stuff, bills, meaning mortgage or rent, is not cheap.
You're going to get to force people to not only work the hours that they work at the other job, probably try to find another job. Because if you don't have a side hustle or no business on the side, you're going to have to try to find some other income to supplement what you're missing, because government workers get paid well enough anyway to not even getting government assistance. And plus, government assistance is affecting them people because they only had enough funds, about $10 million, to give funding for food stamps till February and stuff, you know. So, you know, once you get the last, I think a lot of people get paid early for that, but once you get the last of that, that's going to run dry. Then if it gets shut down, you can't use that insurance from welfare insurance. So that affects a lot of people who really need the welfare.
Like people who are like terminally ill, like cancer and all that stuff.
Yeah, the insurance, yeah. And who need food stamps, emergency food, or whatever the case may be.
So then what happens to people who are on subsidized housing and all that? They just get kicked out because they can't pay?
I don't know.
Or he's going to just take it all away.
Hopefully they got enough money saved to pay whatever that rent is, but then that's going to be swept under. That rug is going to be pulled from underneath those people too, because there's no funds for that. They say there's no funds.
But you know what I believe? I believe that this shit is a fucking lie. That motherfucker lying. I don't believe it.
Funding?
Yeah, we have more than enough money. I don't believe it.
What, to pay for the wall, you mean?
No, I'm talking about as far as our everyday life in the government and all that. Fuck that wall. We have enough money.
Well, but listen, this is why though. He said Mexico was gonna pay for it, but they're not paying for it.
So that's like you telling me, say you black, so you have to pay extra taxes every time. So we gonna take $500 out of your check. The fuck? No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, I mean, kind of. Obama stuck it to us that way. If you didn't get fucking insurance, they was gonna take your fucking return anyway, and that's really bad for a single black person. Or a single man with no children, period.
Right.
You know, if you were a single man or a single woman with no children and you didn't have insurance, then guess what? $500 off the rip, out your return. If you single and you ain't got no children, you only gonna get, depending on what you say, you get paid anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 a year. You only getting back probably like $1,200.
When they did mine,
minus $500, they just taking half of your shit. Then the next year, if you ain't got it, they gonna double that shit up.
So basically,
so that means you're gonna play $700.
When I wasn't allowed
this is last year for that shit because Trump got rid of that part.
So basically, last year, without a child and claiming one adult, they was only going to give me $750, and they wanted to charge me $250, and they said you have to pay that to us. So I was like,
yeah, you got to pay.
So I was like, basically, I'm just gonna wait. They have all my stuff on file, and then go just boom it all in one.
Yeah, but if you wait too long, they charge you again for not filing. Now.
But it's illegal to pay taxes, but we still do that shit.
True, but I don't want to stick to the subject. You know, we ain't gonna talk about how illegal. We know that. We know this. We not supposed to. That's stupid. You know, we know we ain't supposed to be paying taxes from the fucking get-go. You know.
So if we're not gonna get a tax refund, I might as well file fucking exempt. What the fuck for?
We don't know if you're gonna get a tax refund. You may just be hella delayed, or you may not. It's a possibility you won't get one this year. So, yeah, you might not.
Now this Trump guy, not to get off of subject, but have the nerve to lie and say that our electricity was hacked and wants to turn that shit off too. So now we basically...
He didn't say it was hacked. He said it's in danger of being hacked.
Okay, and he wants to cut electricity off, so now we can't buy food.
The hacker would have cut the electricity off, he says. Not, just to say it like that.
Right.
That's what he said.
So it's like, now we can't buy food. We're all just gonna die in some shit. Cause what's the good of working a fucking job if you can't even spend what's in your bank account?
Well, so if that electricity shit hacking, you ain't got no bank account because you ain't gonna be able to get shit out of there.
Right.
But one thing at a time. We don't want to go to every fucking crisis that this shit's lined up for, but we talking about the right now. We talking about the fucking government shutdown right now. Because
this is not even the first time that this has happened since I've been here. This would be the third time since I've been in the state we're in.
Yeah, but it's just been a little bit of getting you ready for it. You shut it down 3 times, for like a couple of days or a week. One time it wasn't just days. And now he's really going forward with it because he feels like they should just stick together on the government shutdown tip.
Enslaved.
Now we got people going at it, debating and talking shit on the internet. People making YouTube videos. Some of these,
YouTube celebs.
I get whatever you want to call them that.
Right.
These assholes want to make like, oh, yeah, get a job, you welfare people. What the fuck you crying about some food stamps for? Ha ha ha. I work. True, I work too. I don't get food stamps and stuff like that. I have a business on the side. I mean, so what? But it's people that don't have that, don't even got a job. Some people really need employment. If they're gonna fill in these jobs, that's the best thing for them to do is to try to actually work or something. If you don't have nothing going on for yourself to get income to pay bills with, and it's really go time for people who's looking for the housing. And
because you have lifetimers on the system that haven't worked in 20, 30 years.
People going back and forth about that. Oh, motherfucker, you did this. And then people want to throw in racist comments talking about what you black people going to do now with our welfare. Which we all know. Hold on, let me finish. Which we all know that more white people are in fact on welfare assistance.
Government assistance.
I don't want to hear shit about some per capita. No. About how many black folk ratio. Motherfucker is more white people on assistance than black people, so they're gonna suffer too.
Oh.
It ain't no I'm just saying the fact of the matter is that while y'all trying to say black people are suffering, more black people booming in business and all this stuff now. Y'all can get off our nuts with that shit because I ain't never been on welfare. Never. Not once. Ever. Nor I needed it. I never asked the government for shit.
It's so funny, people I know is like, haha, I work for the government and make more money than you. Now, bitch, you gotta work for free and I still got money.
Yep. A lot of people will probably quit. Like say if I just got a government job, I wouldn't give a shit because I know I ain't getting no fucking pension. So I can quit and get another fucking job. But I think it's not fair for the people who got years in this shit. Even the ones who only got 9-10 years, they're still trying to build towards a pension. To get paid out when it's time for them to retire. It's not fair to them that they have to consider actually giving up their job, losing their fucking pension, and going somewhere else because they gotta feed their family and pay their bills and shit.
Because I can even tell you in California, like depending on where you live, my old neighborhood in Costa Mesa, California, a 2-bedroom costs $4,000 a month.
Yeah. And
that doesn't include no utilities, no water if you're living in Orange County. And San Francisco's even worse.
Look, forget about us that got regular jobs. The people who work regular jobs or whatever the case may be, it don't really affect them. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you got government workers, man. Do something, man. Some type of voucher or something, man. God, please.
And then you have people who are older like over 40, 50, closer to 60.
You know, give vouchers to the owner of the homes in which people rent out of, and say, "Here, this is for you, sir, or ma'am. This is to make sure you have your money, because this is affecting landlords. If you own property too, that's affecting them as well. They're gonna have to probably, some of them who don't have much property, and they have to pay their lifestyle and upkeep that it costs of living too, because." You know, some people will try to stick with you in this crisis because they realize it can be a potential crisis. There are great landlords who I've already heard who own maybe a condominium or own a house. Say, hey, well, if that happens, worst come to worst, you know, I could look out for them for a couple of months. But after a while, it's going to hurt their pockets too, depending on how long that's going to go. I think we should all work together.
Right.
You know, and if something that come about, we don't fucking need to depend on the government to keep us with food, shelter, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I feel like we are afraid of shit that we shouldn't be afraid of. We say what's not fair, which is not fair. But look here, man, this is the time for us to rise and stand the fuck up. Man up, woman up, let's get it in. Because if that do go that fucking far, we gotta come together. Period.
We the people.
Yeah. Period. And I think there's a lot of things that we can do to supplement whatever losses that we may have. You know, if we really want to do something. This is when you hold all your athletes accountable, all your celebrities accountable, and we gonna see what's what then. Think about this: the black community love to say who ain't giving fucking back. Your turn. It's your time to give back now. You regular old you can do something to help your people in your communities. You know, say, hey man, such and such, or Mr. or Mrs. whoever. I hear you've been having some difficulties. You know, your money's not up to par, you didn't save enough, or you may be between jobs or something like that. See, times like this, when people are between jobs and haven't built up an account or saved any money, you know, that could, you know, hurt them as well, because they don't have no work or have to work for free or whatever the case may be. They got work, but they
so that's like working an 80-hour week and only getting paid for half their hours.
People say, well, that's their fucking fault. They didn't save no money. They got their good ass job.
You never know. I could be.
We don't know what kind of debt they have though.
Right? Because I notice a lot of people have sick children where, like, say the government assistant only pays for so much.
That's what I'm referring to. We're not talking about the whole adult. What about the children that's sick? That may have diabetes. That may have mental illness. You know, where's the money gonna come from to take care of them in the time being of this bullshit? You know what I mean? So why wouldn't you help out? You know, and it's true. Yeah, a lot of athletes and celebrities can come through and do more. You know, I mean, think about the black community, how they scream about it. I mean, in your particular city alone, the team is probably going to be what 90% black. So you got 10, 11, maybe even 12 millionaires right there in your city that can put their monies together along with you too. You too.
Because we the people help each other.
Yeah. And come up with this funds.
Because it reminds me of...
Or food or whatever. You know, heat.
Because it's going to come a time where we're going to need holistic healers because we can't afford to go to doctor.
Right. Yep.
So this is what...
Doctors, you do your part. You know?
Giving back. Keep our people... Because this is what I was saying. It's going to come a time where... Europeans have made anybody who's not white feel that we're below. It's our time to take our shit back from they motherfucking ass, because when their shit goes down, I believe it's going to be high suicide and it's going to be Europeans killing themselves.
You understand, wealthy people don't know how to live poor, especially the silver spooners. They never had to live, you know, from the bottom.
Correct. And, like the Hiltons and all that.
A lot of people that, you know, like a lot of people who came from the bottom and rose to the top. At least the people declining down from the top know what it's like to be at both or in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them people don't know how to survive. So yeah, suicide rate is going to go up. People going to blow their fucking brains out, jump out of windows. Because eventually, as more and more crises happen, it's going to affect a lot of different things and which sources of money come from. And for them not to have it, it's going to be like, they don't know what the fuck to do.
And I feel like it's going to be stocks and bonds, property, and the things that make a whole system. Boop.
Potentially. They can
yes.
We're talking about in a 5 year span now. 4 to 5 year span. And this is going to be the course of Trump being president. 2020, Donald Trump can very well win again.
Thanks to all you fucking Trump supporters, including you black people. Ha! How dumb are you guys?
Me, personally, I don't give a shit. I mean, because we don't know whatever wing. Same fucking bird anyway. They don't care.
Because we realize whatever he's saying, and it took me time. Like, the president could do whatever he wants. There's people that are telling him to say this shit, and people behind telling him what to do, and he has to follow the orders. He don't run shit. So for the wall,
there's walls and all this shit.
So I was on the Facebook last week, and this guy goes, "Let me prove to you a wall ain't gonna mean shit," and he jumped over that motherfucker.
A wall don't mean shit. What is it for, really, though? Like, what is that wall for?
That's stupid.
Ain't no security. The fuck you talking about?
And there might even become a time when the government workers say, "Fuck this
wall." This is gonna be an everlasting wall to go. What are you gonna build that bitch all the way up to the sky or something? Or?
He's gonna build this outer space and shit where you're like, I can't see.
All around America and shit, trap your ass in that shit. Planes gonna be crashing in that motherfucker.
They're like, boom, we have
shit, we can't take off. Man. This wall too fucking high. That's gonna be next, huh? If they do build a shit. Because he wants the shit built. Because you don't do it. You goddamn it, he got the power to shut down the goddamn government.
But there's people behind him that's telling him to do this, so he has to follow orders. It's like a puppet.
Yeah. Well, he might have been thinking of that shit his damn self, too.
But typical, like I've always said, European people are born racist, and they're that way.
Things you won't even believe. I don't know what that even means. He said things that we don't even know. We don't even want to know, he said, is why we need the walls.
Oh, back to that. Omarosa said...
I want to know everything.
Omarosa said in an interview... No, she was on, like, Big Brother, and she was whispering. She's like, when I work for Donald Trump, he's a very evil man. And she said, in so many words, it's going to be hell to pay if he wins.
Fuck Omarosa. She worked with him. She went right in that White House with him. And he fired her funky ass, and now she out.
Now you want to tell the secrets, but you were helping him. That's what I'm talking about. You helped him.
Nobody gives a shit about Omarosa and what she got to say now, bitch. Look, you was down with him, so fuck you, coon ass bitch.
Right.
Fuck you. Anyway, she ain't even worth 5 fucking minutes.
I won't get those few seconds back, Supreme.
Mm-hmm. She a waste of breath. Saying her name is a waste of breath and shit.
That's like a cursing shit, huh?
Just a waste of fucking breath. I mean, I don't even... The time it take to say her name is a waste of fucking time. Fuck that hoe. Anyway. Really.
Facts.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's not much you're gonna do.
They need to come to... But see, the problem is... I feel like when we can come together as a people, there's too many arrogant motherfuckers, and you got the coon-ass people who want to come and cause destruction and tell them what we're doing. So you have to be able to decipher between that shit.
They can know what the fuck we doing. The fact of the matter is that it's going to get done if we willing to do so. But if you want to do this crabs in the barrel shit, that's totally on y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about black and white people.
Facts.
If y'all want to sit up here and think and roll with the punches and think that shit all grits and gravy, then that's your fucking problem. That's your fucking prerogative.
But don't try to come help.
Get something fucking done, then get it done. Your fucking self. Since when did a motherfucker, whoever first started this shit, who came in here and finessed everybody to think that we needed that shit, did a hell of a job. But listen, at the end of the day, now you got to actually face the facts and make a decision and look at the reality of shit. Now what you gonna do if worse come to worse? You know? The lashing them got so good on y'all back, y'all feel good about it. Like, okay?
Well, we have to talk about the government assistance. The Black Panther Party came up with a bunch of that stuff, and they were actually helping the community, but our big brother government took it away.
took it over, rather, not away, but over.
Yeah.
And they took it to another level and produced it for Americans nationwide or whatever. And, you know, that was something that, like you said, the Black Panthers was actually producing and doing for self anyways, you know, making sure they
breakfast
had a
program.
And they had an ambulance service where they had nurses and stuff like that. That, you know, that was a good thing. That was
like love. We loved our communities.
We need to get that going on again.
Facts.
Yeah, it needs to be getting on. This was done. Don't tell me what you can and can't do. This was done by 16, 17, and 18-year-olds.
Mature.
You know,
Shaka Khan was in there.
Fred Hampton and Huey Newton, Bobby Seale. They was young men when they was doing that. They was young, man.
They have the maturity of someone before their time.
Oh man, especially Fred Hampton and Huey, man. They was very mature beyond their years, man. I mean, if you hear Fred Hampton speak using all them words, I'm like, this dude was smart. This is a 22-year-old man I'm listening to speak the way he spoke. I was like, wow, this dude is hella intelligent. And, you know, he was speaking that way, you know, even as a teenager, man. Bobby Hutton, you know, they are with those guys with the ancestors now. And
peace upon them.
Ashe. But man, that was a good thing, a great thing. I don't want to hear shit about bitter motherfuckers who talk about how the Black Panther Party was a fraud and all these people that. Look, man, they got infiltrated. That's just facts. And it got dismantled and all that stuff. And there's a new Black Panther Party. I don't want to not recognize them, but but though the original Panthers, man, were very special people, man. And you will never hear me come out my mouth and disrespect some young men brave enough
to die
for what they believed in. Not only that, they stood up for themselves. They, you know, told people their rights. They were very educated. You know, things like that, man. They got most stuff done. Those young men and women got more shit done than any of you motherfuckers that claim y'all out here doing something today. I mean, they went on ahead and they policed their own neighborhoods. They stopped domestic violence in their own community. They stopped crime, robbery, drug selling. Things of that nature before the drugs got back implemented through the Hoover movement. You know what I'm saying? And
they have the nerve to tell us that they were terrorists. If you come and try to hurt my household, I have it right.
Nothing. Name one thing that the Panthers ever done.
Right.
I ain't talking about them fake plant motherfucking niggas who came over there trying to destroy buildings and shit and dress like Black Panthers. They actually paid these cool niggas to do this. To defame the Black Panther Party. See, them niggas don't count. See, we gotta be strong-minded.
The coons.
You gotta be strong-minded enough to not let nobody come in and infiltrate like that and have you believe in something. That's just like going and saying apples is better than oranges, and then by the time you get to the end of the line, you're saying oranges is better than apples. That comes from somebody whispering to somebody else. You say, you know, the Panthers did this, and then all of a sudden this motherfucker want to believe them, and then instead of coming together and figuring shit out,
like talking.
You know, and having a meeting and figuring it out. We can put motherfuckers in real life lie detector tests. If we'll find out if you an informant or an agent. I mean, it was just too easily done. We know we got the history lesson on this now, so there's things you can do better. I'm just going to say it like that. So
I totally agree with the whole coon thing, and I find it very interesting when white people do crimes, they'll dress up as a black person. Like, come on now, if you're going to be...
Well, I seen a white lady robbing bank
with an afro.
Dressed up black. Got black face on. Somebody painted her face brown and stuff. And
she probably wore the gloves.
It was actually some white dudes, I think, did that before too, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was some white dudes acting like it was black robbing banks and shit. But they caught him up though, you know?
Right.
And yeah, man. That's not yeah.
Nowadays, when I try to explain the Black Panther Party and give people a little knowledge, they look at me like I'm nuts and shit. Like, but why was it then that? And I heard somebody on Facebook, it was a post about 2 or 3 years ago. This little girl was probably 17 to 18, and she's like, Martin Luther King was a crook and a criminal, but Nicki Minaj is a queen. You mean she's a slut and a whore, right? They still did more. I believe Martin Luther King was like really young when he graduated. He was like way more advanced. Most of us now, we let our children watch Love and Hip Hop and don't teach them the shit they need to learn, how to fish, how to survive in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Half of us would...
Look at what Huey Newton did with his education. He couldn't even read and stuff like that, but he got all of the degrees. You know, Dr. Huey P. Newton. He taught, motivated to teach himself, educate himself. You know, people want to talk about how crazy and nutty he acted, but y'all didn't understand that man. That man was a genius.
A genius, but here's the thing. I feel, or maybe I'm wrong, that people, especially Europeans who feel threatened by black people, they put their insecurities on us and try to make us feel bad for what we believe. They try to do that to Khalid Muhammad on the Phil Donahue show.
Yep.
But you racist and no. And he shut it the fuck down and they shut the fuck up.
Yep, sure did. And, I just feel like this particular thing is going to come down to one or two things. It's either going to be a lot of people just going to stand there, take it, and we're either going to take some real getting together, working together, and fixing your own problems. Because, the government ain't the end-all, be-all to everything. I don't give a fuck what they come up with and do. Learn how to fucking survive and stick together and have some fucking unity for a change. Can we do that, people?
Please.
Can we or can we not? Time will tell that eventually anyway.
And what about the people who are so addicted to sugar and soda, they gonna have a heart attack because they haven't had that shit. We're talking about this earlier.
Start eating healthy and start cleansing out, because that's just important too. Now I realize how real important it is to cleanse your body, man. Get your chaparrals, man. Get your herbs up. Get your chlorophyll in there, man. Get your
water.
Greens. You drink plenty of water, man. Leave that soda and shit alone, man. And some of that sugary juice, that shit processed anyway for the most part. Get you some fresh juice. Make your own. Get you a blender if you can't get a juicer. Juice your shit. Dick Gregory and Dr. Sabi and Layla Africa has been telling us this shit for years.
No dairy, no salt and sugar. That's what's killing us.
So get your body ready, man, because, think about it. Say like you're at the move somewhere where there's nothing but vegetations and fruits and stuff. It's like sometimes your body can go into trauma when your blood sugar gets too low if you're diabetic, and you can probably pass out and die.
Right.
You have to learn how to keep that balance, man. Get rid of that shit. Flush that shit out, man. Cleanse. Do it in a nice processed way, man, and let's get it together, people. I'm saying this not just for... I'm saying this for all of us. Me too. There's things I have to maintain and get done for my body. You know what I'm saying? And, all of us do, man. But you better.
Because meat might not be available. And
it's going to be another meat crisis too. Like, y'all got to look forward. Y'all don't got to keep y'all ears open. You ain't necessarily got to watch CNN every fucking day. But you got to know what's going on, man. Be aware, be alert. Listen to what these people are saying. They're telling you shit right there. Since I've been here, we've had a crisis with certain fruits and vegetables, dairy and meat, and there's been a recall on ground turkey like a motherfucker from Kroger. Mm-hmm. So, stuff like that, man. There no need to be dependent on somebody who gonna see you dead, bro. Like, come on, man, let's be real. So,
we have to wake up and help each other, but we're in an era where you could literally see somebody, and I've seen this for myself, suicidal, want to kill themselves, and we'll be recording on the phone instead of like, hey, what's going on? Why are you feeling sad? Call 911 and you distract them and get them help. But we're in a generation where we make fun of people. Like, per se, I've seen this growing up, that I wasn't the richest child. My mom would rather have paid the bills for a place to stay than have the best shoes in the world.
Right.
And we're so fucking cruel as a people.
Yeah. I don't care what kind of shoes. As long as you got something to protect your feet. I know that y'all ain't ready for that zoo action, walking on rocks and shit, barefooted. Y'all feet ain't tough enough. Because
it might end up like, as, Z Nation or Walking Dead, where we have to it'll take us years to walk from state to state. We might come upon people we gotta kill. They've been telling us this shit. And people are like, oh, that was entertaining. Like, no, bro, look with your third eye.
Mm-hmm. And, that wall ain't that important, man.
Like, why not?
To me.
Because you know how,
because they ain't gonna stop no fucking terrorists.
Because you never know what's going on.
Talking about some electricity, ain't no wall gonna stop that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And since when We know most people who are, you know, a security risk, they're gonna fly right over that fucking wall.
And do what they gotta do.
The fucking wall gonna do. But keep us in this motherfucker. Surround us with a big tall ass wall, then what?
Because we might need to leave.
Right.
Literally.
Put no fucking wall blocking me, bitch. Fuck that wall. No, you want it. We need this wall. That's the only answer you got for national security? A fucking wall, bro? To keep Mexicans out? Is you serious?
But that's...
I don't give a fuck if Mexicans... They ain't more than welcome to come in this motherfucker to me. What the fuck are Mexicans... Look, man. Let me tell you something.
Preach.
If they want to come in here, man, and come on the land, like if they're at will, if they ain't bothering you, what the fuck Mexicans do? You don't want to talk about cartels, huh? Cartels fly, airplanes, helicopters, motherfucker.
And I've seen documentaries about El Chapo, how they'll fly their plane unmarked and just land that bitch and leave it there and take all their drugs. And you want to put El Chapo in jail?
You want to convince us that we fucking stupid. Americans are stupid is what they say. But you want to convince the intelligent woke people, so to speak,
right,
that we really need this fucking wall, bro, and we should pay for it too. Fuck you, man.
But think about this. Let's be real about our government. Wall Street was funded on slavery and drugs. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
In their Wall Street, there's a little cemetery. I'm just saying, and how they calculate all their mathematics is on how the drug people do.
Now y'all slowly for sure see how y'all getting slow walked into why FEMA dropped all them casket liners off around Georgia. Now are y'all starting to understand why all this other stuff is going on, why they bringing in trucks of shit, allergies and shit from sciences, and man, listen. And
look, in the Grand Canyon, they have those disposable caskets there too.
Yeah, they got them everywhere.
And we know
they got it all around Arizona.
And you know there's a FEMA under every Walmart.
A few places and stuff. I mean, you see now what the purpose is. They're going to sweep your ass in like some...
And I heard about FEMA, if they put you under that Walmart, it has to be your related family to try to get you out. No, your friend can't come looking for you.
What, the underground or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you know,
it's real, y'all. The shit got real, and we are so dependent on this technology that if we really had to get out and go to Payson, we wouldn't even know how the fuck to get there because we can't read a goddamn map.
You said we get where?
Say if we had to leave the main cities and go to country places like Payson and Globe, Arizona, most people are dependent on Wi-Fi and GPS to get them there. If you show them a map,
that's taking the wrong fucking way a lot.
But what I'm saying is most people don't know how to read a map. If they said you gotta go here, say if we had to walk and we couldn't, they wouldn't know where the fuck to go.
I wouldn't be going there anyway.
But I'm just saying, if we had to run and go out of here, people wouldn't know how to do it.
Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's their fault. You know, if you go the wrong way, you go the wrong way. You just keep going until you get, I don't know, go in circles. God damn it, I don't know. Because
I asked somebody, I said, if your internet was shut down for 3 weeks, what would you do? Someone told me.
I don't give a fuck about no internet.
Somebody told me if I couldn't use a tablet or a cell phone, I would commit suicide. What the fuck? And he's like, I would just be like this, and I would kill myself because without my phone, I don't know how to get around.
Damn. They turned y'all into some stupid motherfuckers.
Zombies.
God damn. There's really people that think like that, man. So, I mean, I don't know, man. We might be doomed. I don't know what to say. You got a bunch of motherfuckers who will probably fight you tooth and nail for saying what we saying.
Right.
You know, that's crazy, man. Man, that's crazy. You are here making this trouble. Why are you telling people to unify for? Why?
So
why the fuck would you?
Say where we live, right? Say where we live. We had it cut off where people can enter and exit, and we were helping each other. There might be a group that comes that's 2 times our size. Everyone that lives in this complex would have to fuck them up. But we can't just be like, oh, be scared. Hell no, by any means.
Well, I've seen shit like that. I've seen people not stand up at all. I've seen these tough ass. Let me tell you something. We way off the subject now, but I seen all the tough motherfuckers all got straps. Over 3 people. Big badasses. Smoke somebody, they on the brakes quick as a motherfucker. 1 cop show up. They all ran. 1 cop, 1 vehicle. And all you motherfuckers got toolies on you with fucking extended clips. And y'all ran from 1 dude?
So they're scared of the police or the white
That's
police?
that mindset, though. You know what I'm saying? They're like, dude, that's some Stockholm Syndrome, some fucking... If I ain't never seen it, I'm goddamn. Like,
see, like Baltimore and shit, they ain't scared of the police by any means necessary. They will protest, go to jail, whatever it takes. But here in Arizona, we are scared of them. I don't trust them, but I'm not scared of them. Nope. I'm looking at that badge number and that badge name in case I fucking need it one day. You know? You never know.
I keep telling this police dude, like, you gotta respect the law. Like, I don't gotta respect you, though. I don't give you the right to talk shit to me or mistreat me or mishandle me because you are a law enforcer.
Because just like...
you ain't the law. But you are who the fuck you are. You just like me.
Because like a popo could go to jail, too.
You have a badge and stuff, you know. A gun and a taser and, you know, gear. But see, here in Arizona, we can have the same shit, too. We got a taser, a baton, a gun, with no badge. So, I mean, if you can legally carry them. But that don't make nobody end-all, be-all bully of society and law.
Police can go to jail, lawyers, doctors. A title to me does not mean shit. If I ask you, hi, and I meet you first time, you're like, hi, my name's Supreme. Nice to meet you. So what's up about Supreme? You're like, well, I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I said, that is a title. Who are you? That don't mean shit to me. What the fuck does a title mean? That's a very arrogant of you.
Well, see, we live in America where we get to stick our chest out when we accomplish certain positions in life. Job titles and stuff like that, and we have something to stick our chest out about. This is the way American society is built.
Right.
You know what I mean? We think that shit means something until you've been shown that it don't mean nothing. Because if you don't got a certain title, which I'm not going to say over the air.
Correct.
You ain't got shit. Alright? Wake the fuck up. Period. Know that, Mr. Miss, whoever the fuck you
politician or whatever.
Whoever you're supposed to be. So.
Titles don't mean shit, and you have to be.
No, it's just an illusion. It's another part of this good illusion, you know. That we, and you know, us black folks, man. Oh boy, we get them shits, boy. We don't know how to fucking act.
Like someone could be a lead on the job and completely change.
Woo!
Like,
I see motherfuckers get on the internet. You know how these internet games we have and how people can go live. I see the motherfucker get an internet badge to be a bouncer on somebody's shit and changed up within the split second. Humble to the motherfucker. As soon as you got that badge, you became a whole nother motherfucker.
Like
this shit ain't real, bro. Like, you not really doing nothing. You think you hurt somebody's feelings?
Because you block me?
These niggas.
It's simple.
This is crazy. Like, people, you are retarded. Anyway.
That's funny.
Alright, man. I'm done, man. I'm through.
Alrighty, everybody.
Alright, peace and
Thank you for listening. Love you.